It's time to do the video. I have a few minutes. So here's a question. Disability versus DIF-ability. I live with multiple so-called disabilities. And yes, they affect the way I do things. But that is where I have learned my DIF-ability. My different abilities. So, I could, for example, well, here's just a few of some of my diagnoses. Fibro, MS, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, that affects my hands and things very much. I have 5 herniated discs last time I was scanned. What they call them? They said 5 abnormally large cysts. What was they call? What they call it? Fissure? No. Bone spurs. And I can't remember what else. I'll have to go check my records, which I do have with me, including a CD of my MRIs and scans and spinal taps and all of that. But okay, so clearly I can't do things like I used to do, right? I'm never going to be in a museum again for sports. I'm never going to, break any more records or, probably accomplish any major physical feat. I mean, the fact that I'm walking today, after doctors told me I'd never walk again, I think that's pretty major. The fact that I taught myself to talk again, regain most of my memory, and I'm working again, pretty major. So I have to remember when I get down on myself, so I can't open my door with my right hand. Do I want to get mad about that or fight with it, or do I want to find a different way? Do I accept? Look, a lot of us, and this is, my intention is not to beat anyone up. My intention is to motivate you. Okay, so I have been approved for disability twice in my life. The first time was 20 years ago, and the second time was 2007 or something, but that's when I ran away from doctors, because when I quit taking their pills, I was able to start healing. So my life has been a series of finding different ways to do things. We might not be able to do the exact same thing, and we might not be able to do the exact same thing for as long as we used to. So if you are a Virgo, say, and pride yourself on your work and work ethic and being able to endure long, hard hours, hello Mars and Virgo, 20 hours a day, blah, 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 and you're going to have to find different abilities. How can we accomplish the same task with less abilities? And I hate to say it, and I don't even mean less, because where something is taken away, it's just opening a door to something else. And I have talked multiple times about how thankful I am for being disabled and not being able to feed and clothe myself, and because it reminded me who I was, right? I couldn't distract myself with all the things that most of society does. So, okay, so I'm going to get real here and tell you what my mornings are like. And my mornings are way longer than your mornings. Why? Because I know my body. And I'm not going to do things to harm it, because I have a goal to accomplish. Nobody else is going to feed me, clearly. When I did try to go through the system after my brain blew up and couldn't walk or talk again, couldn't even write, couldn't even fill out a stupid application for help, I didn't get help at all from anyone. Took me into hospitals, drugged me up 8 to 10 days, and throw me out on the streets, and it ain't no thing. That's totally normal. Knowing that I didn't even want drugs, which is why I didn't even want to be in the hospitals at all. Why? Because I know how they have only harmed me. So if you are disabled and suffering any of these conditions, and I know they suck, I know they're hard, and I know what it's like to live in excruciating pain. I would like to motivate you to not succumb to, oh, I'm disabled. Disabled, what? That means you can't do anything? You have no abilities? Or is that where you try to find your different abilities? Okay, you can't be on your feet all day anymore. Can you crochet? Can you paint? Can you, there's always something someone can do. And if you don't believe it, go look at my last 1,000 videos. Through that series of videos, I was disabled 3 times. 3 times. And I came back each time. How? No, not by chemo. No, not by drugs. By doctors, by disability help or financial assistance or any of that. No, not by people caretaking for me, wiping my ass, taking care of me, paying my rent fee. No, none of that. I did that by myself. So what's the difference? I've been thinking about this a lot. What's the difference between me, somebody who can overcome and find new ways, different abilities to implement in their life, and people who just, oh, I'm disabled, I have a slip disc, I can't work, and oh, my life is over, I'm just going to sit here and drink beer the rest of my life with this $700 stupid check. Really, let's get real here. And again, I'm not trying to degrade anyone. I'm trying to motivate you to find something different. Okay, so you can't roof anymore. But I guarantee you have different abilities. My boss and I, at one of my jobs, he has issues, as I talked about before, with his hands and arms and can't lift things and, stuff anymore. So we find different ways to do what we need and love to do. So do you want to cry about your disability, or do you want to focus on what it's teaching you, what you can learn, and how you can learn to manage it? So getting back to my morning, speaking of managing it, people want to make fun of me, what, you're not awake yet, or, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you still laying in bed? Let me tell you why I'm still laying in bed. For me to manage working 7 days a week, which is hard as fuck, okay, and driving 60 miles to do laundry and no grocery stores or, it's hard, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I make it look easy. People who know me, they think I'm all upbeat, positive, full of energy, which I am, but I'm getting real here, and it's hard. And I am in excruciating pain, way worse than most of these people claiming their disability. Oh, I have fibro, I can't work. Oh, I have 1 slip disc, or one, I can't work. Oh, I have a nerve. Yeah, I got that too. What's the difference? It's mind. And mind over matter. It's not like we can't change it. If you're disfigured and your arm is gone, I can't use mind over matter to make your arm go back there, right? But what mind over matter does is gives people the ability to overcome and work through anyways. So getting back to my mornings consist of minimum 2 hours, minimum, of meditation and stretching. It is necessary. Don't believe me? I dare you to knock on this window before that time is up. You see a different person. And everybody that sees me in the morning and the videos I do in the morning, and people have even commented, Christy, you don't look well. Yeah, because I'm not. I plug through and I do everything I can to help myself and make positive choices. People want, oh, why don't you drink? What's wrong with you? I don't trust people who don't drink. Well, let me tell you, I know it's not good for me. Why would I want to risk being irresponsible, knowingly hurting my body and not being able to make it work? What, so I can, say I'm disabled, someone else take care of me? I mean, I get it. Sometimes people can't work or manage things. But there is always a choice to do something different. My choices involve me not wanting to be a slave to Big Brother and locked in that $700 income or whatever, and in my business and up my nose and up my ass the rest of my life. No. Proving, blah, blah, blah. Red tape. No, I don't want to do it. So I find different abilities. I reach way down within me in those meditation. And I meet people all the time, and including a nun who wrote on my Facebook page, I can't believe that, I've never met somebody who lives meditation and prayer. That's because I have to, because my energy is focused on making that foot go in front of the other one and managing the pain and being able to stand upright. And yeah, I take cannabis oil, and yeah, I take herbs, and yeah, I do things like that, but it's not foolproof. You know what's foolproof? Right here. I'm going to ask again, what's the difference between somebody who walks again, works again, and supports herself again after she was told she'd never walk again and has all this incurable illness and supposedly going to die in 6 months, blah, 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 and somebody who just accepts it and says, oh, okay, well, I'm disabled, I guess I'll just sit here and rot. Most of those people, they're not creating anything. And you have an opportunity, and, whether you have your housing or you have your medical care and your income and all that stuff, and they're not even creating anything. Again, I'm trying to motivate you. I may sound a little harsh and tough love, but dude, if I can do it, you can too. Like, what the fuck? Really? And it's funny, and then people who won't make changes for themselves or don't want to heal or do whatever, and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, she was never in a wheelchair, or oh, that never happened, they're just stories. Really? Documented stories, videos, visitors, even stalkers, and all. Really? No, you're saying that because you don't have that same power of the mind to overcome anything. That's why you're preoccupied with what other people are doing or aren't doing or creating stories for them. And if you're one of those people, what are you avoiding? Your illness, your dis-ease. What are you not at ease with? Where are you disconnected from source, from nature? Your illness, your dis-ease is trying to teach you something. And sometimes we are blessed to acquire lots of different things, whether they're through engineering or other factors, so that we learn how to help others. How? By healing ourselves first. So if you have not healed yourself first, or, if you're one of those, like, YouTube gurus sitting home on disability, pretending to know all the answers for everything, really? Really? You gave in. Oh, I'm disabled. Feel sorry for me. Oh, it's so great. I got this check. Oh, yay, I win. Really? That's your life's accomplishment? And again, not trying to degrade, there are situations where it should be, and frankly, honestly, I should be. I just have a different mindset, and I thank my grandma for teaching me about mind over matter and being able to overcome things. But I am not special. I just choose to do things different. And I need those morning times, at work and things. I'm usually very quiet because I'm living that meditation, as I spoke in another video. I think it was called Perfect Meditation Every Time. I didn't talk about my pain and stuff, but I just talked about how everything can be a meditation, including work. So again, I'm trying to motivate you. I know you're in pain. I know shit sucks. I know doctors have failed you. I know your drugs have caused more problems than they have good. So, do you want to do something different and reach way deep down inside and find out what else is in there? Or do you want to just be like, oh, can't roof anymore. All right, my life is over. I'll just go take this check and just sit here and do nothing. Think about it. How many people do you know on disability are going out there and doing things and helping people and helping themselves? Let's get real. Just saying, not very many. And I'm sorry, but sitting on the internet and on Facebook and, you know, posting videos or other people's work, that's not helping anyone. Okay, I know you believe, oh, I'm an activist, I'm so great, I'm just going to sit here and share other people's work and I'm doing my part. No, you're not. You're fooling yourself. Okay, get off your butt. And if you can't get off your butt, do something different. Like, people see me and the way I stretch and how flexible and stuff I am, and whoa, how do you do that? Like, you don't understand, I have to do it. Oh, do you do yoga? No, dude, I don't do yoga. I live yoga. I'm stretching right now. Why? So I can walk. Yeah. And people look at me and they, oh my God, you look so healthy and you're so pretty, and I don't get it. I don't understand. You're not, dude, go look at those medical records I carry with me. Yeah? I ain't lying. There's something else beyond the physical, that different ability that can help you overcome or at least manage or work with your disability. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to be dissed. And I'm not less than. Okay, neither are you. Nobody with a disability is less than. But to accept that as your life and that's it, and not search for something else? I mean, you're not just disabled, you're dead, right? Don't be mad. I'm trying to motivate. I'm just saying, okay? And especially living the way I have been since my brain infection and meeting lots more people in different situations, it is sad when I see people, oh, well, I have this slip disc, so, you know, I'm going to go fight for this check and then just sit in my trailer and drink beer all day. Dude, you know what? If you really can't work and you're sitting home and getting that check, there's still something you can do to improve your life and the life of others. Always. Always. Even if you live in your car and have no income. Even if you live in your car and do have an income. Even if you don't live in your car and you have a home. There is always a way that you can bless somebody, no matter what. Blaming your disability or genetics or blah, 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 bullshit. You can get over all of it. You can get over everything. And maybe not completely, entirely, and feel like you're 20 again. But that's where the wisdom and the teaching comes in. So what are you going to do with it? What is your disability teaching you about your different abilities? You can live with your illness and you can still produce and you can still build your own house, right? Like I did. You can still do all these things. Don't cave into, oh, well, I can't do that. My back hurts, or yeah, really, I'm on frickin' fire. But I'm doing it, and you can too. Maybe you can't do everything. I can't do everything. Nobody can, but you can do something. All right, so that might be my different disability versus DIF-ability rant. But again, not really rant. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm trying to motivate people. Look at my damn videos. And that's scratching the surface of what I've accomplished throughout my disabilities. And that was even living in my car with zero income. I just got these jobs last month. So I couldn't walk and talk. What did I do? I took pictures. Right? Couldn't walk very well. I was in constant pain, so I laid in bed and glued pictures to cards. Couldn't walk and talk, so I crocheted frisbees. I'm just scratching the surface. As soon as I could stand or walk or whatever, I was cooking, cleaning, building, whatever I could. You can too. Please don't give up. I want to hear more stories of people overcoming and less stories. All the stories I hear about, oh yay, I just got my check. Oh yay, let's party, celebrate. And that's what people do. They party. And if it's been like a 3-year, 7-year process or whatever, and some people, and they get that chunk of money and, their lawyers get their, whatever, their cut. And then the rest of it, they go party it away, buy shit, and what? They end up nowhere. I don't accept that. I'm a creator being. And if you're watching this video, you are also a creator being. Or a stalker. Right? Don't stop creating, because when you stop creating, you quit living. And you know what? If you are not doing something positive for your health, you're taking part in your own destruction. Okay? Especially those of you who know better. Oh, I know, but I'm just going to take this pill for a while. Or, oh, I know I shouldn't be eating this every day, but... Or I know that... How are you not committing suicide? How are all people who are eating fast food or, you know, GMO, things like that, knowingly not committing suicide? Oh, but they're smiling. But if they cried and said they wanted to commit suicide, then all of a sudden that's bad. Think about it. If you are not contributing positively to your own health, admit it. You're dying. You're decaying. You're already gone. So please, look. If I'm not living proof that people can overcome, I don't know what is. And I hope you, look, I put myself out there. I share my stories. I get ridiculed and shamed and bullied and stalked immensely. I do it to spark, to light that spark, to help a few people like me that know there is another way. You can do it, man. Seriously. Don't give in. There's always a different ability that has yet to be unveiled. And it may just take your disability to find it. Have a good day. Bye.